Since this venerable stadium was erected in the Pennsylvania Hills, it has been the home to toughness, to passion, to winning. Welcome to Happy Valley and Beaver Stadium, home to the Penn State Nittany Lions. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Nittany Lions will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. So Ohio State's offense takes the field to start this game off. There are always butterflies to start a game, and when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. A spender fella, and he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks have.
Man, you can set your watch by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll run it again. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Ohio State. Reeled it in and just made the house call. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
So Penn State's offense will take the field for the first time. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have locked down corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking quarterbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I am taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes, because you're just asking to get picked off.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But you got to do a great job game tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Nittany Lions headed quickly to the line. We anticipate this one being much tighter than the last time these two met when it was a blowout, David.
And here's the thing. You got an opportunity right now. You got the football early in this game to show you. This is going to be more of the same, partner.
Well, we talked to both coaching staffs and players, and they're all very aware of what happened the last time these two teams played. So expect everybody's A game today. Reese, you're right. We expect this one to be a lot tighter.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
And every offense has plays that they really hang their hat on. And back in 1970, it was the toss. The toss play used to be the thing. You don't see as much of this nowadays. It's early in the game. Maybe it's something you wanted to show. Or, listen, maybe defensively this is something you need to start focusing on.
Really nice job there by both guys, the throw and the catch, to work that defense and get the first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Gets rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Line getting set on second down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He gets it oh so close to the first. But I think he's going to be a touch short. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Fourth down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. He'll sneak it. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defenses. They've got them pinned deep. From the shotgun, the inside give. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Offense backed up inside their own 10-yard line. You got to give yourself some space to work, so you dial up the run play, and your offensive line delivers. Huge holes up front for that big game.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. The biggest lie college football coaches tell is nameless, faceless opponents. David, game like this, you know their name and you know their face.
You know them well, and it does mean just a little bit more because it's bragging rights. Like, the rivalries matter so much. All throughout the year, all the fans talking about this game in particular, that's why it means more, and that's why these players will be jacked out of their minds.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Graham. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Hand off from the shotgun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
And that ball is picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Trying to get the corner. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Now that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
He'll try to do it himself. Finds a crease at the 20. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. The Nittany Lions look to keep this drive humming. He leaves it with his back. There to stop him after a pickup of 3. It's down to the 15. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Been showing them the run, now they'll throw it. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. He'll get rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Georgia somehow, some way found an edge between the hedges and picked up a much-needed victory. It wasn't a masterpiece, but let's be honest, it wasn't a loss either. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. They're bringing heat. Had to get rid of it quickly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and the defensive line, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think...
Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that one, but they'll take it 1st down at the 40. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. They'll give it to the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
Pressure coming. And this defense is bringing the Heat another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of and get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
Snagged on the outside, it's Reynolds. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. This offense has a second down play. They're going to run it. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. The Nittany Lions are on the move. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. And that ball is live in the backfield. Oh, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Wide out in motion. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught over the middle. It's Whitehead. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Just a really nice play. Not a lot on the return, but that's all right when you hand it to your offense at the 42. Looking for a productive play on first down. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. And they got him for the sack. And the offense sprung a big-time leak, and the quarterback went down.
And when you're throwing the football, you're trying to stop the best athletes in the world from getting to your quarterback. They're going to get there, they're pinning their ears back, get to the QB, get the sack.
And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on first down. Going downfield for the big play. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I feel like the defense right now is living rent-free in this QB's head. Of course, they picked him off the last drive. They almost picked him off right there. This defense doing a nice job mixing up their looks, and they're completely confused.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. It's a reverse. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Nittany Lions will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll call for the fair catch here. One more snap coming before halftime. They'll throw it on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys. And I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion. And no surprise, we saw just that in the first half today. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
The receiver on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And to stop the jet sweep, you've got to be great at containing. You have to have players in the perimeter of your defense funnel the football and force it to go back inside. That time, that defense was not allowing that receiver to get outside.
They go to the ground. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. The Nittany Lions will snap it on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing that...
He's got it down the left side. All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Catch and run for 6. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Trying to impose their will with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
It's third down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. First down for this offense. Still on his feet at the 45. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Nittany Lions are moving quickly down the field. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. They ran it on first down, now on second. After run, now throw. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
That's a great individual effort by him right there. When I think about Ohio State football, too, especially on defense, right, it's the legacy of the Silver Bullets, guys flying around, giving great effort and getting to the football. But it all has to start up front on the D-line. You've got to be dominant at that position. And right there, you just saw that, the ability to win one-on-one and make a play.
Now, a fourth down.
And they're going to try to convert on fourth down, 1 for 2 so far today. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Line gets set, first down. Motion from the offense. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Graham. Nothing but green ahead. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Man coverage is a bad idea against this guy. The Buckeyes always seem to have somebody that you can't handle one-on-one. Remember that great game Joey Galloway had against Michigan State in '93?
Joey Galloway, one of the most overrated Ohio State receivers that I've ever seen and personally ever worked with. But no, just speed, just big guys, great offensive, designed around guys that are game breakers out wide that really stretch the heck out of your defense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 13. From the gun, the ground game. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Right back to the well. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not 1, not 2, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
He'll bring it out. It's Fleming. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Single back formation, and they give it to him. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. They go right back to him. Finds just a bit of room. He'll pick up a couple to the 11. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Power football with the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Right back to him on the ground.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. And here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. That last score sort of like the finishing touch on a great meal as they are oh so close to tasting victory and getting ready to kick it away again. Oh, he's going to take a chance and bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped. When he brought it out of the end zone, he'll be stopped at the 15. One final play before the end of the quarter. Handoff to the single running back. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the 3rd quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver shows motion. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They'll try the run. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Looking for room. It's Fleming. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Makes the catch past the sticks. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. He's got the tight end. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the 4th quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
To the ground to try to move the chains. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Nittany Lions moving quickly to the line. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The hand to the running back. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. They're trying to eat up some clock here. 9th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 6. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Open.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. First down here for the offense. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Keeps the legs moving.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Good timing on the quick out. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. A new set of downs after the completion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Offense gets set for 2nd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Running back searching for a hole. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This offense needs something to feel good about. It hasn't been very productive today, Jesse.
Well, I think it's just important they stay aggressive, try to throw the football, and just see what this quarterback can do here at the end of the game to build confidence for the next time they take the field.
Yeah, and there hadn't been much good today. But build confidence, sure, but just show your team you're going to keep fighting no matter what the scoreboard says.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good...
And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. There is nothing greater than a rivalry game